Welcome to my channel's first portfolio update. It seems my investing journey started just before a market crash. My journey started in February this year. In this video, I will give you some insights into my first transaction, the starting portfolio value, my expected dividends, and how I've reacted to my first market correction. I've started my investing journey early February when the S&P 500 was at an all-time high. Looking at the 10-year chart at the top, it has seen an increase of over 175%. Things were looking rather stable. However, by the end of February, things started changing, and shortly after, the index dropped by over 5%. So, how did I get started with my investing journey? Considering that the market was at an all-time high, I was already researching how to build a defensive portfolio. The stock that I've selected to start with was VICI, which is a real estate investment trust. I've researched the fundamentals and found the current value to be good, while at the same time they provide a high dividend yield of nearly 6%. In my future videos, I will go into more details on how I value this stock, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've decided to put half of my initial investment into the Vanguard All-World ETF, and I also decided to further increase my VICI stocks. However, soon after, I've experienced my first serious market correction. With all the media going into panic mode, I've noticed the world index following the downward trend of the S&P 500. So, would this index recover on short term, or are we entering a bear market? So what do you do as a beginning investor? My thoughts were just to keep the world index, because over time it will most likely recover. However, since I've just researched VICI and I've noticed that the stock was still slightly below my target price, I also noticed that the VICI ex-dividend date was just around the corner. So at this point, I've decided to sell my Vanguard stocks of the world index for a small loss and bought VICI in order to increase my yearly dividend income. So how did this decision turn out? Fortunately, VICI seemed rather insensitive for the negativity on the market and even showed a rather steep increase in price. By the end of February, my portfolio showed a nice increase in value, while at the same time providing for approximately $200 in yearly dividends. If we take a look at the expected dividend payout, I can expect my first payment in April, followed by another payment in July and October, bringing the yearly total to close to $200. This brings me to the short-term goals of my investment journal and YouTube channel. The first three goals were to start investing in 2025, to set up a YouTube channel, and to start with portfolio updates. As you can see, the first three goals are now met. My next goals are to start a new video series where I discuss different stocks and use some of my recently developed tools to value them. Also, I plan to increase my investment to make my portfolio grow to at least $10,000, and it would be great if I could achieve a yearly dividend income of $500 by doing so. Thank you for watching my portfolio update, and I hope that it sparked your interest to follow me on this journey. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss any future videos.